What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome back to another edition of the Great Chicago Fire. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. Now today, final two matches of the MLS regular season, New England Revolution and Toronto FC on the docket today. But we did play two matches versus the Columbus Crew before today, and both times we came away victorious. At the MAPFRE Stadium at Columbus, we beat them by the score of 4-2. Michael DeLue getting himself a hat trick with Kevin Molino adding one in the 5th minute to just put that match out of reach early. And then in the return leg back home at Toyota Park, we beat them by the score of 2-1, scoring both goals after Kali Tiam, our midfielder, our defensive mid, got sent off with a red card at the start of the second half. It didn't look good early. Ola Kamara getting the goal scoring off to a fantastic start for the Crew in the 52nd minute, but then Berbatov and Kokish in stoppage time pulling it out and getting all 3 points for the Fire. So with those two wins and with two matches left to go, we are 6 points clear at the top of the conference and the Supporters' Shield, but we are not officially winners of both of them yet. We do still have that pesky task of taking on Toronto FC, and, well, they're the team that's sitting in second, meaning if we lose both of our next matches, well, we lose both the conference and the Supporters' Shield, and that would be a bottle job of the highest order. So all we need to do is gather 1 point from these next two matches before we crown ourselves conference and Supporters' Shield winners. And with that said, let's take a look at the lineup for today. No Tiam, no Labraca due to suspension and injury, so this is what we're sending out. Johnson and net, Harrington, Opara, Mera, and Vincent the back line. We're going to have Matt Polster sitting in the DM spot with Diskrud and Kokish sitting above him. Molino, Okam, the wingers, and Michael DeLue sitting up top. Yes, no longer Dimitar Berbatov. I know the man has got 15 goals in 24, but Michael DeLue has really turned it on once he came back from injury. And to be quite honest with you, he's going to be staying with us for the long haul. Berbatov is still up in the air, but I want to make DeLue my starting striker again. And we kick off today against the 16th place team on the Supporters' Shield table. Like I said, only needing a point just to win the conference and the Supporters' Shield. I honestly think it can be done. When we faced them off in the last couple of times, we pulled, I want to say we pulled 4 points from them earlier in the season, so it can be done. But 10 minutes on, a ball coming through, it's off the post. What a clearance away from Kokish. Just about 21 minutes gone now, DeLue on the edge of the box crosses it in. David Akam, oh, could have done a lot better, but it wasn't a bad cross in. So we got Michael Harrington that just picked up a damaged shoulder. Razvan Kokish has himself a twisted knee, so he's going to be out for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I don't have any midfielders on the bench. We're going to have to put Polster up there. João Mera's got to come and take over the spot in the DM, and then Kokish is going to have to come out for Kappelhoff. Injuries late in the MLS season when you're making a playoff run are never a good thing. So we got one player playing out of position in Polster, but he did very well getting a pass inside. Molino now with the ball on the wing, crosses it in. Well, tried to cross it in. You got to set them up. Don't let them set you up. Ball coming inside. New England Revolution have themselves a chance. Saved away by Johnson. Yikes. I mean, this is not the time to let our defense all of a sudden just completely fall apart against a team that's sitting near the bottom of the table. Not when Toronto's coming up. Good clearance away. We get David Akam and his pace running up the wing, who crosses it back inside to Molino. It's off the post. It's off the crossbar, actually. We had a great chance there. Good chances on both sides, but none of us can pot the ball into the back of the net. I want it more than anything to be on our side, but as it stands right now, we're still in that hunt. We're still getting a point out of this. Not even a minute in, and this is actually off of that corner kick, and there we go. There we go. We had a corner kick within the first minute of the second half, and just like that, Molino into Akam, and it's 1-0 to the Fire. And I mean, this was a continuation of the opening highlight of this second half. I didn't think anything was going to come of it. Molino getting the steal, crossing it into Akam, into the far post, and we get ourselves a lead early. 66 minutes gone now, and once again, off of another great steal, we set it up, but DeLue, oh man, that's a horrible miss. Molino into Berbatov, gets it out wide to Akam, but what can he do with it? He can cross it back over the top to Molino. If he just would have had himself a little bit of a crack, like a rifled shot. With a minute left, I can knock on wood saying that even if the Revs score a goal here, we're going to get that point, and we're going to win. Not just the conference, but the Supporters' Shield, and get ourselves into the CONCACAF Champions League. But I mean, throwing a match away late like this, that's still not good. And just like that, it's full time. Chicago 1, New England 0, and we have won the Eastern Conference, and we have won the Supporters' Shield. And I don't know what to do now. I mean, we could just throw a whole bunch of reserve side against Toronto because Well, it's not like that result's going to matter. We might as well give other players some fitness. And there it is, official. Chicago win the Supporter Shield. And just like that, it raises my credibility. It raises the Fire's credibility. It can definitely bring in some better players for next season. But I'm certainly not thinking about that right now. And my fears have been confirmed. Kokish is with his twisted knee is out for the next 3 weeks, which means I'm only down to just 2 midfielders that I can use going forward until both LaBrocca and Kokish come back. All right, final match of the season versus Toronto FC up in Toronto. And yes, there is in fact going to be a little bit of a rotation just to rest some of the starters because this match doesn't mean all that much to us. Lampson is going to be in net. Ramos, Kapelhoff, Mera, and Patrick Doody. Yes, we brought him back from loan just because he was injured for the last 2 months. It would be better to have him heal up here than at his NASL club. We're going to have Kali Tiam sitting in the defensive mid with LaBrocca and Diskerud as the 2 center mids, Akam and Alvarez on the wings, and Dimitar Berbatov sitting up top. So yeah, there's a little bit of rotation, but also a lot of players you'd expect to be in there just because it's still Toronto. We need to put in a competitive match. And with that said, the way the playoffs are actually going to be going down is the 6 teams, the top 6 teams in the conference on both sides go into the playoffs. The first 2 get a bye. 3 takes on 6, 4 takes on 5. And then whoever wins out of those so-called wild card matches, first place in the conference takes on the lowest seed, and second place takes on the second lowest seed out of those 2. And then that quote constitutes the semifinals of the conference. Winners of those take on the conference finals, and then it all culminates in the MLS Cup. I'll go over it more once this match is finished, but that's just the general overview. Because as of right now, there's been quite a lot of chances, as you've seen as I've been talking. And that was a really poor clearance away by Matt Lampson. Gives it directly to Sebastian Giovinco. That's poor. That's extremely poor form from Matt Lampson. He rolls it out directly to Sebastian. And just like that, Toronto have a lead. Look at that. He wasn't even looking at João Mera. I should say Joe wasn't even looking at the ball. So that's poor form on both Joe and Lampson for even thinking he can do that. And that's what constitutes a Toronto goal. 36 minutes on, we get the ball in the attacking half. Once again, Berbatov out to Ramos, who crosses it into Berbatov, and there we go. We get ourselves the equalizer. Berbatov, with his 18th goal in a Fire shirt, makes it 1-1 in this match. I mean, really, whenever I had any sort of doubt striking-wise, throw Berbatov up front because he is almost guaranteed to get you a goal every game, if not every other game at this level. He is that good. David Akam has himself a gashed head. I'm actually going to sub him out just because I know that he's going to have himself a rough time, at least for the next couple of weeks, recovering from that gashed head. So we're going to sub him out for Kevin Molino. No changes outside of that. Really, we've been doing okay. But I can't excuse Matt Lampson for that pass to give away that goal. That's just absolutely inexcusable. 56 minutes gone just about, and what a decent strike. I was about to say good. It really wasn't good. Mo Babouli with his first goal of the season, because of course it is. I'm a first goal magnet. It's carried over from FM16 to FM17, and Toronto have taken themselves a 2-1 lead. Babouli, once again, it's like parting of the Red Sea, except this time we're in white shirts, so there wasn't a white shirt around him, and that led to a wide open goal. And once again, it is Babouli leading the charge to Beitashour out on the right. He's got Giovinco in the box, and Giovinco cannot miss from there. He makes it 3-1 to Toronto. You could have done a lot better. You really could have. Defensively, we've been a shambles. And it's starting to show in the second half. Matt Lampson, not a good goalkeeper. Understatement of the century. Not a good goalkeeper. Giovinco running circles around our defense now, takes out a man and lasers a shot in there. It's 4-1 to Toronto. At this point in time, we might as well just concede, wave the white flag. Very fortunate at this point now that we got any sort of point in the last match versus the Revs, because if I'd have known Toronto was going to pull this on us and do us dirty like this, yeah, we would have bottled that entire conference. And the Supporter Shield. Possession is key, boys. I don't care if you're losing by 3. Possession is key. Oh, Molino! And then Alvarez! Oh, man. That's just a comedy of errors. Alvarez, all he needed to do is tap it slightly to the left. But he smacked it off the post like Molino did. Oh, this is... And there it is, really. Toronto FC doing us dirty as we lose 4-1 away from home in the final match of this regular season. Boys, I know what you're thinking. Momentum is key. Momentum is absolutely key, and you don't really want to back yourself into the playoffs by losing matches or drawing matches. So this is not good for morale, but at the end of the day, it gives us a little bit of a breathing room now because we're not going to be playing in the opening matches next week. All right, so now to give you a little overview of how the MLS Cup playoffs work before we get into that on Sunday. Now you can see there are 2 groups of green and 2 groups of blue. Now those teams that are sitting in the green, as you see, Toronto, us, Sporting KC, and Seattle, those teams are what's known as the teams that get a first round bye. They do not play in any single match in the first week of the playoffs, what is known as the wild card round in the MLS. Now, the wildcard round is left between teams 3 through 6. Team 3 takes on Team 6, and Team 4 takes on Team 5. The winners out of that wildcard round then take on the first place and second place teams, but they get reseeded. That means whoever is the lowest seed out of those winners takes on whoever is placed in first, and the higher of the 2 seeds out of those wildcard winners then takes on second place. So the only for sure match that could happen, if it actually did happen, was if Philadelphia somehow beat New York Red Bulls. That's an automatic. They're the absolute lowest seed out of those winners. We have to take them. And then it basically follows a bracket-style format after that. So it goes down from 4 to the 2 winners out of those matches, which is then the Eastern Conference Finals. And then the winner of the Eastern Conference takes on the winner of the Western Conference bracket in what is known as the MLS Cup Final. And that determines the overall winner in the MLS Cup. Yes, Supporter Shield really doesn't matter for much. All it does is say, you're the best team in the regular season. You had the most points. You get yourself an automatic CONCACAF spot. But it's the MLS Cup that is the glory. So that's what we're going to be doing all day Sunday. And yes, the majority of you did say that you wanted to see the MLS Cup run all in one go, not broken up into pieces. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hope to see you there on Sunday, whether it ends in an MLS Cup victory or not. I'd like to see you back anyway. But as far as this episode goes, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Of course, if you like what you saw, please go and hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested in the series. And if you're new to the series and the channel in general, please go and hit that subscribe button. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else at all, please leave in the comment box below. But of course, as always, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.